First, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Withers Museum and Gallery, 333 Beale Street. We're on the dead end of Beale Street. So if you're ever on Beale Street, walk all the way down. Because people have a tendency to think that it's only the first 3 blocks. We're in the 4th block. That's the most important block because almost all of these businesses are Black-owned businesses. So I want to tell you a little bit about the museum, and then we'll get to the artists. So we've got 4 artists that are here, and if you look around the room, they have done some amazing, amazing work. I've already committed to buying a few pieces myself. So that's what this is all about, to give these artists exposure, but also to help them financially so that they can continue their endeavors to create and buy the supplies to continue to create. So this museum is the Museum of Ernest C. Withers. Ernest Withers was a photographer for over 60 years. During that 60 years, he took over 1,800,000 photographs of the Civil Rights Movement, Negro League baseball team here in Memphis, the Memphis Red Sox. He took photographs of the Memphis music scene from Stax Recording Company. He was also the photographer for B.B. King for 22 years. But most importantly, he's known as the civil rights photographer. The most significant thing that he did in his early years, in 1955, which was before most people in the room were born except for me, he went to a place called Money, Mississippi to document the trial of the people that murdered Emmett Till. So I give people an opportunity to showcase their talent. Artist showcase, where we had spoken word, we had poetry, we had dance, we had music, and all of this was by young people. And they came to the museum and they showed us what kind of talents they had. So it's just an opportunity to really appreciate and expose people to an opportunity to perform on Beale Street.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for sharing with my audience tonight. Is there anything else you'd like to share with my audience about this event or about future plans?
Well, the biggest thing I want to share to people is there is more to Beale Street than the first 3 blocks. We're in the 4th block, and most of the businesses that are still open and operating are Black-owned. So please come on down to Beale Street. Start at the 4th Street, Ida B. Wells now, and Beale, instead of 2nd, 3rd, and Main Street.
Real Meg, and I've been painting since I was like 11 years old. I started drawing at the age of 5 or 6, and God gave me this gift, and it's been an amazing road. Getting my artwork back out now, and I love to paint pictures, turning black and white pictures into color. I love bright colors. I love to bring things to life, basically. So this first painting is a painting of Ray Charles singing. It was a black and white picture, and I turned it to color and brought the colors out to make him pop, but I didn't want to use a lot of loud colors to take away from his face. This is a picture of Martin Luther King, and I love the details, the backgrounds and stuff like that, just vibrant colors I used in that painting. This picture right here is of the 13th, and this was a black and white picture, and it's right up front. This is a picture of Dr. Martin Luther King and Emmett Till that I put together. This one right here is a picture of B.B. King, and I decided to take the King card that we play with and put King up here and put the heart right there. It was a black and white painting, and I decided to use bright colors that you normally don't see on paintings or see around him, like pinks and stuff like that, to bring him out and make him pop. This one right here, like kids overseas. I wanted the colors to be loud. At the same time, I want you to see the joy in their face. And I love using the purples in this picture. For some reason, it just make them pop more. And I love using like texture in this paint as well. This one right here is a picture of a lady. It's like she's hugging herself, she's loving herself. And I love using paint. I like to make some of my paints like drizzle and just drop down or whatever.
Christine, and this is my work of art. I would first like to point out that it's very many different styles. I do like to show versatility because I consider myself a very versatile person in life. So I guess I'll start here. I recently just started to get interested in nature. So I've been trying to work in different styles. So this one is a little bit more recent than some of my other ones. So that's kind of like my current style that I'm working, as well as this bottom. This bottom probably may be my most recent style that I'm working on. So I like to try different techniques. If anybody in here has seen any of my other pieces, I always try to show Black love, Black experience. And of course, if you haven't noticed, I am a Black woman, and a lot of my philosophy, and you guys, we can talk about it after this, but I always have talked about how, to me, my own personal opinion, that Black women can often be overlooked. So I consider sometimes Black women as always kind of being at the bottom of the totem pole when you look at society. So I always try to express our thoughts, feelings, emotions, and things that we go through in life, in our personal lives, around the world, in our cities, in Memphis, and of course in the United States. So I always try to express that as much as I can. But yes, I probably won't go through each piece, but if you have any questions, please feel free. I also am a writer, and I do love to write about Black experience, Black love. And this wonderful lady just purchased Aquarius, which is also out front. But
awesome.
Yes.
Very awesome.
That's all. Thank you.
Tina, and I like Taurus. I'm not a native of Memphis. I'm from Sardis, Mississippi, another very small town. Okay. And this is my collection. It's called the Black Crown Collective. And I basically did this as a result of being quarantined during COVID, of course, and just dealing with all of that, angst and animosity, anxiety, just the works, grieving the loss of people that I loved who died from the disease. It was a lot. So instead of being a very negative-minded individual, I took that negative energy and turned it into the most positive thing that I think of. And these are the works. So I guess we'll just start here. This piece is called A Balanced Union, and it's basically my interpretation of love, balance, equality between the genders, responsibility, and it's made up of a combination of things. It's different, so that piece reflects it. It's called Day and Night. The third piece is the piece called Rap Queen. It's one of my historical pieces, I guess you could say. It's based upon the law that was passed in Louisiana.
I'm from Memphis. I'm from Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi, Ruleville. Grew up in a small town where everybody know everybody. My brother taught me how to draw, but I taught myself how to paint with Bob Ross with the help of a little bit of teacher. As you can see, I love landscape paintings, but I have some in abstract or non-representational. But my favorite is landscape. As you can see, we have some, I love painting clouds, trees, skies, everything, different colors and everything. This one, same thing, I love it. And then this has like a little bit of water, lake to it. This one, I was like, I needed to paint something that's like kind of like different, but I made a 6 and a 9. If you turn it, this is a 6, and you turn it over, it's also a 9. So very different, but very cool. It all depends on what your eyes see in some of my paintings. This one, I love it because I can make two paintings in one. If you just break them apart, it still look great. I have done that before. This one, I like it because it's kind of dark, but yet it has a little light texture to it.
I see the sun.
The sun is going down or going up. It all depends on what you see. This one I love. I took this painting from a cloth. It's from a African cloth. I was like, I want to do something more to it. Better look, like right there. So I decided to make some red to it as well with a little bit of black, which I love.
Very nice.
Thank you.